This is the video lesson in our Reading with Fluency unit. Today we're looking at pace and rate. And today we're going to look at this tip number 2 right here, focusing on rate, not reading too fast or too slow. Read like you talk. And what's going to be important about today's work, as we switch over and look at our Google Doc here, is that rate refers to the pace at which the reader moves through the text. So it's kind of the idea of not too fast, not too slow. We might steadily pick up or slow down our words per minute depending on the text that we're reading. You can see here on this rubric that we're going to again change these to be a 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the idea of an appropriate rate is really important. There's a couple articles you're going to end up reading later with your group. And one of the articles is going to focus on the idea that there's different times that we should read different speeds. And so I want you to think about today, we're thinking about a typical, in general, chapter book that you would read. And that pace, that words per minute, is we're going to try to find like kind of our sweet spot. How many words per minute can we read? And we're going to try a few online tools that are kind of fun. This first one right here is Spreeder. And if you click on it, there's a text that's already put in for you. And if you want to give it a try, you hit the blue button. And what's going to happen is these words are going to flash from word to word. And once I hit play, and right now it's set to read 597 words at 300 words per minute. So I'm not going to try to read this out loud. I'm going to read this in my head, and I want you to as well. Here we go. Okay, so if that went by way too fast for you, then you can come over here in words per minute. You can slow this down and try out like what happens when you do 100 words per minute. You can see that definitely slows down, and then you can do 200. Average that we want to see 6th graders is kind of like around the 150 mark or so. So you can give that a try and see how that works for you. But of course, everyone's different, so you might have a different speed that you find out to be your own appropriate speed. The next one that you can look at is ZapReader, which ZapReader is kind of fun. It's, I think, something similar to what you were just in. In fact, once I was doing the one you were just in, I think I can copy and paste the same way I could with this one. Same idea as the last one. It's just that I'm going to have you take a piece of your own writing and put it into this box, and then we're going to try to read it a little faster. And so I'm going to have you pick up one of your narrative pieces. I don't have an actual narrative, but I do have this paragraph here that I'm going to take. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste and put in here. If you hear my son in the background crying, he just woke up from his nap. So if I hit zap it, and then I'm going to hit play. Right now it's set at 300 words per minute. Let's see how it goes. And so again, I want you to, when you play around with it, change the settings to make it a speed that's comfortable for you. And so kind of a cool tool if you ever think about some online reading that you need to do. If you ever want to pick up your pace, you can take text and put it in there. And actually the way the words flash, it forces you to read faster. So it helps you to pick up your pace. So kind of a cool online tool when you think about maybe down the road when you guys are in 7th and 8th grade and you have to read a lot of text. This is kind of a cool tool to help you pick up the pace. I'm going to have you read these next 2 articles. You can read those on your own. Those are found in the Google Doc for today's date. Pace Rate Google Doc. When you click on that, you will see that there's 2 articles. I'm going to have you read those over with your group, and then at the end, you guys are going to go back and discuss what was in those articles. And I also want you then to think about taking this idea of pace and rate and putting it back into your work that you do in your Reader's Theater script. I better go. Evan's pretty upset.